Writers sit in there and take your shit. And that's your livelihood. That's why I incorporate all that in this movie.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Brad Sanders.
Ready. Ha ha, very funny motherfucker. And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Hello and welcome to This Comedy Life, the program about anything and everything in the world of comedy. Stand-up comedy, improv comedy, comedians chopping the game up, kicking the game around. Today our guests are Mr. Russ Parr and Guy Torry. And please join our conversation in progress. We're talking about the movie The Last Stand, for those of you who just joined us. And it was based on Russ's life as a stand-up comedian before he went into radio. I reckon it was before you went into radio.
It was while I was doing radio. I used to watch Arsenio, those guys backstage, Pee Wee Herman, Lafka from Taxi, Jimmy Walker, Woody, Woody who's the guy with the dummy?
Willie Tyler and Lester.
Willie Tyler, that was Kevin Hart's character. That's where I got that from.
John Witherspoon, rest in peace.
John Witherspoon, yes.
Era.
Yeah. Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
He was a strange dude, man.
Look here, I saw Andy Kaufman at the main room in the Comedy Store, and he came in there. And, you know, they used to do improv just right in the audience.
Yeah.
He came in there and he was talking to a lady. It was him and two other ladies. And he said, "Shut up!" And B.J. Douglas, he was a young black comedian on the stage doing comedy. And Andy Kaufman said, "I said, shut up! Derek, shut up!" He said, "Hey," and the brother went off. "You coward motherfucker. You gonna stand up there and do that shit?" Hey man, hey. I'm trying to get his attention. Yo. I said shut up. And
said, Andy Kaufman.
I said that's Andy Kaufman, man. He's doing a bit. Go ahead. He was ready to jump the guy.
He was Clifton, that character he played. So he played that alter ego Clifton. Yeah. And Tony Clifton was the alter ego that Andy Kaufman used to play. And they used to go on the road together. And Andy Kaufman, even though he played Cliff, he was that character. But Andy Kaufman would get 2 hotel rooms, one for him and one for the character they played. And promoters like, "Yo, you're the same person. Why do we need to spend money on an extra hotel room?" That's not me. That's Tony Clifton. It's not. I was like, whoa. And the stories you hear about Andy Kaufman, the Comedy Store, those days.
Oh my God!
It was all true.
He would be out there sweating like a hog in the lobby of the main room. He's sweating like a hog. And people were coming out of the club and, you know, taking pictures with him, signing on. He wants to sign. He was so deep into that character, man. He was really, really into it.
I mean, Byron Allen, all those guys that were the host of The Real People. Remember that show?
Yeah.
All them cats, man. I that's when I was trying to break in. But, you know, I kept at it for years.
Was Shirley Hemphill and also
Shirley Hemphill was that? All those Marshall Warfield, all them folks, man, they don't remember me. I was just that little dude back in the corner begging to get 2 minutes.
Well, let me tell you, Willie Tyler and Lester, that was, you know, ventriloquists are strange people.
They're strange people, man.
They're strange.
Kevin nailed that role.
He used to pick up women like that.
Kevin Hart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He did what?
Pick up women like that, man.
Really?
Yeah, he had, and don't call his character no dummy.
Oh yeah.
You know, the ventriloquist dummy. Oh no, that's my character. It's my character. Wow. And he was there. And Willie would be doing cute stuff. I tell you one thing he did one night. We was down at Newport Beach, at the comedy club down there.
Comedy Magic Club.
Yeah, Comedy Magic Club. But this was the other one. But anyways, Newport Beach. We're down at the club, and at the end of his show, he and Lester would do a song, and they were doing that. And at the end of the song, they would sing harmony, and the crowd went batshit crazy. The crowd went nuts. And I walked back to the kitchen. I said, "This is a bad man right here." I walked back to the kitchen, look over to my left, and there was Roger and Roger up there backstage on the microphone. I said,
hilarious.
Cold-blooded, man.
The Jumper, a regular on the comedy club circuit, and said to have been depressed.
Be funny, be funny, be funny.
I expect me to get a girlfriend with your hand halfway up my ass.
Son, you know how many people try to go out to Hollywood to be a star?
I was at the store the other day. Supermarket.
You want something to drink?
Oh, no, I don't drink, man. True, though.
Yeah, that speaks the truth, dog. Prison. We got a lot of material from being inside.
Give it up for Dee Calvin.
My first time being out on my own.
What do you know about acting?
I acted like it was okay when your boyfriend was sneaking in my room.
Mr. Bo Clark.
I'd like to say hi to my wife.
You got a child and a wife to think about. Forgot about your wife?
But Dee Dee is just a friend.
What's wrong with you? Stay the hell away from my husband.
We're going on tour together. Red, you slipping, man. You think you in control, but you not.
You need someone in this town. It's a rough place, rough people.
God!
What was I supposed to do? The cat stole my act.
You do what you want to do all the time.
Sucking the life out of me.
Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies. Oh, that's comedy. That's comedy.
Yeah, that's where the Kevin Hart character came from. You know,
that was a brilliant character. And Kevin played it brilliant because he was
Brilliant.
nuts.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know Kevin Hart. I said, I believe that
Russ will
nigga
tell
really
you.
crazy.
What Russ will tell you, when we was doing press for that movie, I said it, and as Russ is my witness, I said, man, if Kevin Hart ever decides to do dramatic acting, he's going to kill it. And if you've seen him in his dramatic roles, he's been killing it.
Well,
No
the
question.
story
No
behind it is that when Guy came in, it was like, we got to give him an offer. Fuck it, nobody needs to read for this. 2 days later, Kevin comes to me, and he read the script. He says, oh, I want that role. I said, no, it's Guy Torry's. I said, but sit right here, because I remember I ran upstairs staying at a condo. This is a couple of days before we started shooting, and I created that character and just wrote it right on the spot. Just,
He
read
wasn't
that
Kevin
shit.
Hart back then.
No, he was running from the mob, Kevin. No, just kidding.
Now you know it's true.
When a comedian says just kidding, he's not kidding.
That role got me nominated Best Actor in the American Black Film Festival.
You fucking killed it. And Guy, there was no doubt. Guy didn't even fucking finish the audition. I don't even know if I don't think we even auditioned. No, we didn't even audition you.
Yeah.
You just said you wanted to fucking do it. I said, offer.
Well, how did I get my role?
I needed somebody that didn't have really a lot of talent.
I set him up for that guy.
You need a method act.
Fucker, what do you expect? You cannot put the ball on the motherfucking tee and expect me not to hit the motherfucker. Okay, this is what I do.
You need some more friends.
You know I love you, Brad.
You can chop it up with me.
But Brad and I go back. You know, he used to be Tyrone on the phone thing, man, which was hilarious. We do the soap operas and yeah, he was just brilliant. And I wanted to bring in people. Huh?
No, I did All My Children first, and then the Young and the Restless.
What was the voiceover you did for? That was All My Children. The voice you did the voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, for the voice. You mean the CBS on-air promos?
Yeah.
That was for the Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
But my first syndicated
with
show
Tom Joyner
was with All My Children.
Yeah.
It was All My Children.
And then Tom Joyner picked it up, and then I picked you up.
Well, actually, no. It went to KJLH first.
Oh, okay.
And the best thing they ever did, it wasn't syndicated, but the best thing they ever did was not pay me, because I said I got to get out here and because this was some bullshit.
Get your hustle.
And the Clarence Update, for the first time, Universal Studios bought airtime on KJLH.
Wow.
And they did a promo with me and the guy that played Jesse and have a lunch with Jesse from All My Children. But anyway, one thing led to another. Scott Shannon in New York heard the piece.
Big time DJ.
Yeah, the program director for Westwood One. I walked into the office one day and made the guy listen to my cassette.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And he let Scott Shannon hear it. Scott Shannon called me the next day. Scott Shannon was in LA to do the We Are the World simulcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I thought he was blowing me off, you know, and sure enough, I got a call the next Monday after that weekend, and he put me on Z100. That's the #1 station in the #1 market.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scott Shannon got me around to Philadelphia and Florida. He gave me those. I ended up with the top markets. I had the top markets in radio.
Wow.
And that's when Steve Lehman over at the Premier Radio Networks came to me and made a deal.
Shout out to guys like you, and rest in peace, Kevin Woodson, man, who did radio and made morning radio shows go to another level. I mean, shout out to guys like you.
But shout out to the pioneers like Tom Joyner.
Tom Joyner, yeah.
That was
I just saw
the king of promotion.
Absolutely.
Tom had a thing on his radio. He had a gimmick, man. Drop a dime on the man. Whenever you see a police officer harassing a black person, drop a dime on him. Drop a dime on the man.
Yeah.
Call up and tell me, tell me what you drop a dime on the man. And people say, Tom, you're gonna get your ass dropped, and not from this station.
Yeah, Tom opened doors for a bunch of us, and me included.
He opened wide for me, bro.
I just saw Tom on Monday. He was in town, LA, for Sherry Shepherd's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and Tom. Guys like you on-air jocks, man. I'm telling you, the platform that you all gave comedians, Russ and Tom, and guys like Donnie Simpson, and allowing us to come on and promote our shows and things like that was huge. I mean, you all helped make a lot of stars, and people don't talk about that enough, about the music stars and the comedians and the actors promoting movies, and the fact that you all allow us to come on and expand our audiences and talk and be funny and sell tickets to our shows. I don't think that's talked about enough or respected enough in the game.
Well, I appreciate that, man. But being a comedian helped me. That made me recognize other comedians. When I wrote Tom Joyner's Weekend Show, On the Move, I had comedians come in.
Yeah, guys like I
have comedians come in because it makes sense. And Tom loves comedians. I didn't even know that soap opera thing could go beyond my stand-up act, because Tom saw me on stage doing that at the Comedy Corner in Dallas, and invited me on his show and had me doing it on his show, and the phones blew up. I was walking the streets, and I was overhearing people talking about it because Tom was
and not knowing it's you.
Yeah, I'm like, what? And that's when I came back to LA and went to KJLA to see if I could get on.
Yeah.
Man, but you guys, Russ, my God, I even got into the studio with you once or twice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's tough out there, especially back then, and it's the reason why that movie was created. It was so freaking competitive, and hearing the stories. I mean, with the documentary that Guy did, I remember after I watched it, man, I just sat back and I went, wow, and I called you immediately, and I just told you how proud I was of you, because you captured so many different points of view and what we went through and what it was like, and especially for the comedians that had more guts than me that stuck with it, because at one point I decided, I got kids, I better put them through school, but Russ, it wasn't more guts that you didn't have guts. It's like that was an assignment and a season. You did it, and it got you to where you are today. So it wasn't like you didn't have guts. That's true.
It's just that the assignment, the season was up for that. God had a bigger plan for you.
Yeah.
And thank God for that, because your National Syndicate radio show probably saved a lot of lives, helped a lot of lives by human people in the morning time. So it's just a part of your journey, a part of your fabric. It has nothing to do with guts. Doing any entertainment thing takes guts. Yeah. And you just saw, okay, I got another purpose. And you went to your other purpose. That's all.
Guy,
I appreciate that, man.
Tell me how you came to start Phat Tuesday. What was the genesis of that?
It's funny. I used to always hear my brother Joe talk about the Comedy Act Theater in the Leimert Park, where Robin Harris was the host, where DL and people like you, Brad, and Russ would go to the Comedy Act Theater, and Hollywood would come and see the black stars, and they would get people, comedians, and take them to Hollywood and put them in movies and TV shows and things like that. Well, I was still living in St. Louis. I heard all these stories from Joe, and the riots happened in '92, the Rodney King riots. So that area Leimert Park, South Central became a ghost town, right? Hollywood wasn't coming south of Wilshire anymore to the hood to see black comedians. Even the black celebrities like the Magic Johnsons, the Michael Jordans weren't coming to the hood to see black comics anymore. So when I got to LA in 92, I saw it was a ghost town to me. The Comedy Theater was still going on, but it wasn't these stories I heard from Joe, and I didn't see really any industry in it. So after about 3 years of doing stand-up, I started in 92 and 95. I was like, I'd already had a little traction, had some agents, managers, had a couple of credits under my belt. And I'm like, man, it's a lot of funny people getting looked over in the hood. I'm going to take the hood to Hollywood. I'm going to start a night in somewhere in Hollywood where they feel safe to come and watch the show. And my manager at the time knew Scott Day, who booked the Comedy Store at the time. And he told him about me, and they gave me Tuesday nights in the belly room that Russ talked about earlier. The smallest room, people don't know, the Comedy Store has 3 rooms. The belly room, the original room, and the main room. The belly room holds like 90 people. The original room holds 200 people, and the main room holds 400 people. When they gave me the belly room, the smallest room, they gave it to me in the month of February, maybe because of Black History Month. And they gave me Tuesday night. Like, who the hell goes out? This is before Taco Tuesdays. Tuesdays wasn't famous back then. And they gave me Tuesday night, and I had to make it work. And by the grace of God, man, I mean, I packed that room out and didn't look back because there was nothing like it in that area. There wasn't an urban night anywhere north of Wilshire where black people could come feel safe and hear stand-up, and where industry could come and look at talent and scout
south
talent.
Of Wilshire.
And what I said earlier, north of Wilshire now, because it was north. South of Wilshire, they wouldn't come. North of Wilshire, they would come. And that's where the Comedy Store was, on Sunset Boulevard, the place where Pryor made famous, and Jimmy Walker and Letterman and Leno and those guys. But what Russ said earlier about maybe he didn't get passed through because somebody said something, I found out doing my research that a lot of the black comedians who were regulars at the Comedy Store hated that I brought Phat Tuesdays to the Comedy Store. Because when you're black sometimes and you get into some white shit, right? You want to be the only one. So I remember being at the Comedy Theater, and some of the guys who were regulars, the black guys who were regular at the Comedy Store, would come by the Comedy Theater and like, hey, you going up tonight? They're like, no, I got a spot at the store. And they walked around peacocking with their chest out, like, I'm at the store. I'm
the Negro of the evening.
Exactly. And so they didn't want us there. So when I brought the hood to Hollywood and opened the floodgates, so now you can go. Because this is the thing. When I got to LA, and people would ask me, especially white people would ask me, when can I come see you? When at the Comedy Store, I wasn't a regular. I couldn't tell them. And they wasn't coming to the hood. And I hated that feel. They made you feel like you want a real comic if you want a regular at the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory, or the Improv. And I hated that feeling like, oh, I'm not legitimate because I'm not a regular. So I'm going to change this shit. Fuck that. I'm going to tell you, I got my own night. You want to come see me or some other niggas? Come Tuesday nights. That's black night. The Laugh Factory didn't have a black night. The Improv didn't have a black night. And they used to dog the Comedy Store for having Phat Tuesday. They called it, actually, we talked about it in the doc, they called it nigga night. And then once they saw how much money it was making, then they started getting their black nights. So I started because, I go back to my father. Growing up, my father always said, be proactive. If you see something needs done, don't wait to be asked. Go ahead and do it. Nice. And so I saw a void, and from that seed that dad planted growing up, I saw a void. I saw something need to be done, and God gave me that assignment, and I went and did it.
Now, you're talking about how important your dad was in putting that in your mind that way, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Is your dad still with us?
No, 11
with
years
the ancestors?
ago, man. Yeah, he in the upper room. What Eddie Murphy say? In the upper room. And my mom just joined him at the end of July.
Oh, God bless you, man. Condolences. And Russ, speaking of the parallel between the movies and reality, now, in the beginning of that movie is a funeral. And Guy's character is at loggerheads with his daddy. And his daddy kicks him out. So now, that's my white shit. It was a loggerheads. He was beefing. Look, man, did that have anything to do with your relationship with your father?
No, I had a incredible relationship with my father. I was paralleling my brother. My big brother and my dad were always in conflict. And I mean, they loved each other because they were probably too much alike. you know.
Okay.
So what I did, man, I just kind of took different aspects of my life and other people's lives and just tried to melt it into one big movie.
The tapestry, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, and that's one thing about comedians. I think a lot of their humor comes from pain, you know, and
99.9%.
Yeah.
Right.
And that movie, when I finished writing it, I didn't know who wrote it. You know what I mean? And
really?
that's happened to me on a couple of scripts that I've written. I go, who fucking wrote that?
Out of body.
Yeah, and because you know me, man, I'll whip out a script in 6 days, you know, because I'll just sit there like I'm watching a freaking movie. Then I go back and read it. I mean, I did a movie, The Under Shepherd, with Isaiah Washington, and I wrote that in about a week. And I went back. I don't stop. I just keep going until I hit 95 pages.
Oh.
And then I went back to read it, and I'm going like, I'm quoting scripture. Dude, I don't read the Bible, dude, okay? I don't understand some things in the Bible. I'm quoting scripture and pulling up stuff, and I didn't research it and look it up, and I don't know where that came from.
Well,
and I think that's when I finally realized this isn't just me, man. It's to me, it's God, and to be able to give me that gift to be able to write like that.
Well, man, I had the privilege of reading a couple of your scripts because you would let me read them.
Oh yeah,
because
I always liked you were my muse. I'd like to run shit by you, and because you keep it real.
Yeah, he gonna keep it to you straight, no chase.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. You're not a nurturing brother, man. You be crushing my ass.
Well, yeah, because
these misspellings, Russ. These misspellings in this shit. What the fuck?
It wasn't in that shit. It was like the end of the movie.
That's Chris Spencer. Chris Spencer was like, you and Chris Spencer, oh, you misspelled that shit. You can't turn this shit on. I'm like, oh, fuck, just read the goddamn script, motherfucker.
No, man, but the end of that movie, a guy's character went through all this shit. He started out in shit at the film with his mama and my daddy hated his ass. He goes out to LA. He got all this other shit, and then he's got all these ancillary characters that's real life because the guy, the young comedian's wife is giving him all kind of shit about he ain't got enough money. And then he go to work, he's washing dishes, and then here comes Chef Robbie, man. You gonna have to come. You can't keep doing all these jobs. I had to work my role in there.
Oh yeah, you put your line in it, didn't you? Let me just say
man.
one thing about
where I'm going with this is that Guy's character go through all this shit, and he goes home, and his daddy closed the door in his face. I'm like, what the fuck?
Let me just say this: when I wrote his character, when I wrote that character, I had no idea that Guy would play it like that. And that's the beauty of writing, because his interpretation was dead on. As he was doing it, I'd go home and tell my wife, this motherfucker's taking it somewhere I never fucking thought. And Guy was my first experience with a method actor. And which I thank him to this day, because I've run into fake method actors, and you know the real ones, you know, people that pretend like Guy was in it.
Yeah.
Because I remember one day on a set, and you probably know the story, where I wrote the white character that was the MC.
Oh. Yeah.
He said, nigger. Fucking Guy's character lost his fucking mind. I thought it might have been Guy going back and triggering. The guy said nigga. He said it with an ER. You was going up to the stage to get this motherfucker. And I had to head him off halfway, because I'm in the video in the video booth area, and he's heading to the stage, and I'm trying to cut him off from getting there. And I said, Guy, I wrote it like that. I put the ER on him. He didn't say nigga. Fuck that. He was cussing at this motherfucker. And I looked in the guy's eyes. I got right in front of him, because the guy probably whooped my ass. I looked in his eyes when he was enraged.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not Guy Torry. That wasn't fucking Guy. And that's when I learned. You were, he was gone. I was looking at this motherfucker, and he was just looking right through me like I was glass. And I was like, damn. You remember that? You remember the?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I grew in a lot of ways doing that movie with that character because it was so layered. It was like an onion.
Oh yeah, you
so many
had
layers of that fucking character. But I had to. We talked about this earlier off air about, you said comedians make some of the best actors because we have a dark side to us. We all three of us, and we tap into that dark side. When we tap into that dark side and play it honestly, you're going to get some of the best acting. So the challenge for me was I'm playing a stand-up comedian, which is what I am, but the character was not a funny stand-up comedian. So as comedians, and we all know, our natural comedic timing when you're reading the script is going to kick in, which playing a character that's not supposed to be funny, you have to turn that off and read it like you're a comic who's not funny. So I channeled Dan and Green. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, I channeled Buddy Lewis. No.
Oh, buddy, my buddy.
I'm joking. So, but you got to. It was a challenge because I had to fight against myself to like.
Because you want to be funny. You want to be funny
naturally.
Yes.
But I can't because the character. But then I also had to show the progression of not being funny to being just a little funnier and a little funnier. So and then play the dramatic scenes too. So I love that role. Because it had so many layers. It wasn't onion. It was unpeeling all those layers, the mama issues and the cocaine issues and all the drug issues and not being funny and people funnier than me and me getting past. So it was a very.
You guys want a textbook? You want a textbook, especially young actors that are coming up, and watch The Last Stand and watch Guy's performance.
And Kevin, everybody though, man.
Because I remember, and you talk about the inclination to you feel like because you're a comedian, it's embedded in you no matter what. You used to. I remember I did a movie called 35 and Ticking that I wrote, and Kevin Hart starred in that one. And Kevin came on set, and he decided he was going to crack jokes with this, and blah, blah, blah. And it was the first day, and he came off stage, off the set. He said, "What'd you think?" I said, "God, I thought you could handle this role." So I got this reputation of fucking with motherfuckers. I said, "Man, I thought you could handle it because that is not who this motherfucker is." And Kevin gave me that look. You know how Kevin give you that little look?
Yeah.
And motherfucker went out and did the next scene, killed it. Was totally he was so enthralled with making the crew laugh.
Right.
While he was doing his shit. Because he needed to do that. I'm like, oh God, I thought you could do this.
Right.
Wow.
And that,
what a psych job, man. That's some demented shit. Fuck you, Russ.
Hey, whatever
I'm talking to him no more. Guy.
Whatever you got to do to get the best performance, that's what a director does.
Well, let me ask
whatever you got to do to get the best performance out of a motherfucker, you got to do it.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, Guy. Now, you sound like you had formal training, but then again, you didn't have to do what you do because
Pearl Harbor.
It's so real.
Fucking.
Have you done formal training at all?
No, you know what? I tried to take acting classes, and every time I tried to take an acting class, I'd go 1 or 2 times and then book something, and either book the tour or a series.
Well, I got it.
I have insecurities, so I prep. I rely on prep because of my insecurities. When I get to set or if I do a role, I want to make sure I have a skeleton and I have everything, and that way I can relax. If some people are just better like Jay-Z and Biggie, they go in the booth without writing shit down. Some people are actors like that. They can read it. Me, no. I like the prep. And that's between my brother and I. Joe is a guy who's so confident, sometimes overconfident, but he just goes in and does it. Me, because of my insecurities, I want to make sure I research everything. I got to make my own Bible of that character or that move or that role and give this person a life. Even if it never is mentioned in the production, but I gotta know where this motherfucker's coming from, why he's thinking the way he's thinking, and why is he doing the things he's doing. It may not be what I would do, but it ain't me, it's somebody else. And you have to shut that shit down in order to play a character because you gotta respect the writer, the creator. You gotta respect what they wrote.
Well, that's bullshit, Guy, because I remember fucking trying to give you direction and you just look at me. I'm like, this motherfucker not listening to a word I'm saying. But he was in character, and I didn't run. And then he'd go right up because a lot of actors do not want you to tell them how to play something, and I learned very early not to do that with Guy. Yeah,
it's a balance.
Let him get there
too, though.
Yeah, you picked some of the shit I wanted, and some of the shit you added to it and made it better. So I'm like, we started trusting each other. So I left you the fuck alone. Yeah, we trusted. Yeah,
that part. You have to trust.
Name some of the other roles you played, Guy, in movies.
I thought he was brilliant in fucking Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor, he had a brief role, but he fucking his energy is. I knew that's why he got camera time. That motherfucker knew what he was fucking doing.
Oh, Guy, would you like to answer that?
With Cuba Gooding Jr. too, an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
But it was American History X was the first dramatic role I ever did. And that told myself, but as well as Hollywood, like, oh, he's not just a comedic actor. He can do drama too.
Yeah.
And that was the first. It's funny because the independent movies is what I like the most, like The Last Stand. I like the independent movies because you get directors who allow you to play and they trust you. And
because they're looking for it too. They don't. They're not so staid in what they've been doing. Well, I'm a long-time director, and I've won Oscars and Emmys and all of that, so I know what I'm doing. You do what I tell you to do. They're discovering it with you.
Right, and the movie Life is what, as big as budget as it was so much fun because Eddie Murphy set the tone day one and told the director, "Let us all go. Let us have fun with it." And when you have a star like that, tell the director to let you all go and have fun, and that trust. That's why Bernie was just amazing in it.
Oh,
and Miguel.
I hate that I never met Bernie Mac, man.
Oh man, Bernie.
And I'm from Chicago too. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
I left Chicago long before you started out, man. But
you didn't get shot, so that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, well,
you made it out.
Came close, but yeah. As a matter of fact, I did. But Bernie Mac, man, every time somebody mentions his name, I go, damn, I wish I knew that guy.
Man, Bernie was amazing. Bernie kept the set of life fun. Eddie and Bernie, because Bernie would sit there and tell stories and have everybody in stitches. You know, usually you all know you've been in films and filmmakers, but you know once you're done with a scene and you're setting up for the next shot, everybody goes back to their trailer. Well, Bernie would be sitting on set telling stories and no one would leave. Eddie would be sitting right there. Martin would be sitting right there. And Bernie would be holding court, having us in stitches. And that's what made everything fun. But Eddie Murphy set the tone from day one. He made the set light and fun, and which allows us to be creative and to have fun with those roles.
Well, the star is the boss, really, because the star is the draw card. That's the bankability. One very generous thing that Richard Pryor did for me in Brewster's Millions is I did the lines, and I did it just the way it said it in the script. And Richard was sitting behind the desk. I'm doing the scene with him. He says, "How long you been here today?" I said, "Well, since about 6 a.m." He said, "And that's all you're gonna say?" I said, "Okay, you done released the Kraken."
Yeah, you done poked this fucking bear.
Oh yeah, so he gave me permission to improvise. That's what it was.
That was a lesson too, bro.
Yeah.
That was a lesson.
Yeah, man.
Come over here, man. You better take advantage of your camera time. That's one thing about guys like Guy and Kevin. He always knew where the camera was. You know, sometimes people forget where they are, and I got your back to the camera and this and that. He always knew. I didn't have to block him at all.
It's a weird thing because you got to know what a camera is, but you also have to forget that it's even there.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's that balance thing again.
Or what you did was you saved me hours in the editing room. Because I said, look at this motherfucker. He knows where the camera is. Oh, shit. Some people make you look at everybody, "Oh, Russ, you're a good director." I'm like, shit, these actors.
I'll tell you the truth, Russ. It was great to watch you work.
Yeah.
To watch how you put the scenes together and how you were deeply involved and out of the way at the same time.
But here's the thing with Russ and I, we're both on radio at the time. I was on radio in St. Louis with Tony Scott and the Breakfast Crew, and I'd literally get up at 2, go live on radio from 2 to 6, and then get on radio and go straight to the set and work.
We were doing 16-hour days, man. I was waking up at the same times I was doing. I was broadcasting back to D.C. because we were in L.A. 2 o'clock in the freaking morning, just like Guy, and then we go to the set. But once we got on the set, man, I never got tired. Ever got tired. Right. When you start seeing shit that you love, that energy hits you, man. Now, it all came crashing down when we wrapped, but...
your body does that, though. Your body will give you the energy that you need. And then once you're wrapped, your body's like, okay, boom, and you shut down.
Yeah.
You shut down. And so as a filmmaker, as a writer, Russ, because what people don't know, some of the people listening don't know, and Brad knows, but Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters. So let's take it back to that.
Oh, yeah.
As a writer, writing those parodies, and
yeah.
you know back then, and you can fill people in what that is who don't know. Did that, and were you writing scripts back then, or that was the start of everything?
No, I was on K. I was on K. Bobby Jimmy was a character I created. So I was doing parodies before Weird Al Yankovic. A lot of people don't realize that. But I would take parodies of other people's songs and just rewrite them. Like, look at all these rumors. Of course, I did. Look at all these roaches. And Big Mouth. I did Big Butt. So it was interesting because I had one record that was a B-side. Remember you had the A-side, which is one supposed to be a hit, and then the B-side. And the A-side was Hair or Weave. You know, remember the song? Him, me. Him. Well, I did Hair, Weave. Hair, Weave. So I did that. And that's when I started doing my own videos and shit.
Yeah, that was.
But the flip side of that, no, I just feature films and TV shows and all that shit.
Okay.
So the flip side of that record was the B-side was a takeoff of MC Hammer's Let's Get It Started. Mm-hmm. Well, I call it Let's Somebody Farted. It got picked up on all the white stations around the fucking country. I made so much freaking money off of that damn B-side. And I said, it's a business. Bobby Jimmy, Steve Woods, I was working with him, God bless his soul. He encouraged me to go into character, you know, because at the time, Rick Dees, that's where you got somebody impersonating Michael Jackson and so on and so forth. And I started doing Magic Johnson and stuff because Magic just hit the tank. And so I never knew I could do impressions. So he used to encourage me. Come on, man, you can do that. Hey, man, we can disguise it on the phone. And that was my whole career where I'd put people on and say, hey, by the way, this is Guy Torry. It's not Guy Torry. And somebody say, oh, that does sound like Guy. Because you plant that in the listener's head. That's who the person is. But yeah,
that's where the writing started?
Yeah, well, I was writing a lot of comedy bits. Actually, when I was at KBC Radio, I was doing everybody's commercials. I was writing the commercials, and they wanted some fun stuff. And that was my thing. I knew how to do really short jokes and then build a quick scenario around it. And
which is crazy because that's what social media is today. You were doing that way back then. And be funny quick and get out
and get out.
And how it all comes back full circle.
What I'm seeing is guys like you, Russ, Guy, and Tom Joyner have one thing in common: work.
Oh yeah,
y'all
I did everything,
work man. Y'all work.
I remember I was driving down. I just bought a new car, and I took the license plates off my old car and put on my new one. They say, hey, go ahead and do that. I'm driving down the motherfucking Sunset Boulevard on the corner of Sunset and Gower. And I was looking in my rearview mirror, and I said, yeah. I saw all these fucking helicopters and police cars. I said, somebody's fucking up there.
Oh,
man.
Really?
I got pulled over, shotgun put to my head. I had this Mexican cop call me every nigga in the world. I thought that was it for me. And what it was, they thought the car was stolen because they ran my license plate. I could have died over that bullshit. You know? I peed on myself a little bit.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's a real man right there to admit he lost a few drops.
A little bit, couple drops.
Shotgun to the head, you're allowed.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir.
I
you could have dropped a deuce if you wanted to.
I would have taken the Browns to the Super Bowl if that was me.
Yeah, hilarious.
Man, you guys are just like a joy to kick it. This is what it's all about with comics. That's what I do that intro and talk comics, chopping it up, kicking the game around. That's what we do. And we inadvertently feed each other.
Yeah.
And as we bashing each other over the head, then don't be open for no joke. You're going to get it. You know?
But one thing, I think the camaraderie amongst, we battle, and you know, back in the day when they said, Russ, get up there, man, break a leg. They literally want you to break your fucking leg. Right. You know, but
they want that spot.
Don't let somebody else that's not in that group fuck with you.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, I have seen a bunch of black comedians jump a motherfucker in that back parking lot by the belly room. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like some drunk white dude decided he was gonna get shitty And man, all them black comics, they might have been competitors, but they would beat the fuck out of the audience member in a second.
It's definitely a fraternity and a sorority, man.
Oh yeah.
Because what we do is rare. I mean, and once a comedian, always a comedian. Just because you stop doing stand-up doesn't mean you stop being a stand-up.
Thank you.
You're wired that way.
Thank you.
It's in us.
But even in the things that I do other than stand-up, I always realize that there is nothing like stand-up but stand-up.
Yeah.
You can't lay on your ass and do all this other shit and then pop up on the stage and think you're going to kill. It ain't going to happen.
Well, see, I will say this, and not because guys on the phone.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it's you. But one of the things
see what I mean, folks?
Is that guy.
I open the door.
Yeah, you got it. I shut it on your dick. The one thing that Guy, if it wasn't for Guy's performance, I probably wouldn't have made the 15 movies, feature films, or directed. I'm telling you, Guy, your performance made me go, oh shit, I can do this. And
he hadn't called me since.
I remember you came to one of my movies. One of my movies, it was like,
I thought it was just
I think it was something like a business.
Yeah, you came to movies and, hey, you're at the screening. Yeah, I just wanted to come by and see to make sure it wasn't as good as The Last Stand, and it wasn't. I'm like, But I'll tell you, man, it's a little cult classic, something like a business on Tubi, man. I get a check for that every fucking other month.
I was on the Tom Jones show recently and asked me what I was doing. I said, well, I'm very particular about my work. I'm waiting for the next Guy Torry movie.
No, it's like, it got to a point where guys will fly in a different direction, man, and you just can't afford them at some point. I started seeing them in these A movies, man. I was like, shit.
But see, I don't go by that. If it's a character, if it's a script that's a good script, and it's a character that I hadn't played that I feel like I can actually bring something to, the size of the budget is really secondary, to be honest. Because if I get a project where I can really connect with the director and we can build and grow, and it's not like say for instance, prime example, The Animal with Rob Schneider.
You've told me them stories.
I hated the worst time on any movie's TV set ever, because this was a guy who was insecure and Rob Schneider, and I have
threatened by you.
I have no problem saying the person's name. I don't hide behind shit. He made the movie miserable, a miserable experience by being insecure. And I'm coming off of, American History X with the director trusting me, going toe-to-toe to Ed Norton. I'm coming off of Life with Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, and Bernie Mac, and Oba Babatunde, and Sabaka Henley, and Brent Jennings, that great cast, and Cicely Tyson, who was also in the movie that got cut out. But I'm coming off a movie with these caliber actors, and then I got this little 4'2" dude who's insecure trying to handcuff me the whole movie. And so it was the worst experience I ever had on any movie or TV set. And so it doesn't matter the budget. What can I bring to it? Can I have fun? Is it something I haven't played before? And if it's not going to degrade my people either, because I don't do those gratuitous.
God, what was that movie where they try to test you, like, and start telling black jokes on the set? It was a actor that I really liked, and you did a movie with him, and he was kind of doing off-colored fucking jokes or whatever, or trying to. God, what was that guy? I remember you told me the story, Guy.
Was it Rob Schneider trying to tell me how to act black? Is that what it was? I know that was what was going on.
No, it was another guy that I can't think of it. I'll probably think of it when we're off of this shit.
Yeah, I've checked a few motherfuckers on set.
I know you have.
Because they think I'm 5'7" and I got these dimples, and they don't let these dimples fool you.
I don't fuck with nobody from St. Louis. Some motherfuckers will beat your ass and then cut you.
Let me.
Man, I'm already knocked out. Why are you gonna try to stab me?
Hey, we gotta finish the job, homie.
Never ever. The police don't like to mess with two kinds of people: women and short guys.
Hey, man.
From
they
St.
don't want
Louis.
no part of them because they got the little guys got to show your ass.
Oh, they do.
That you shouldn't have messed with them.
Yeah.
Man, we gotta jump up.
But seriously, you're not just merely, dealing with no short man complex. You just got a lot of heart and sincerity, and you don't take no shit. Duh.
No, won't do it. Not my
a lot
house,
bigger than me. I thought you were taller than that, to be honest with you, but that's how you carry yourself. That's how you carry yourself. But no, Brad, I appreciate you having us on, and
man, I appreciate you being on.
See how I'm wrapping it up, because I got like 5% left on my computer. Coming out of thinking about 2 or 3 months, I wrote Camp Duval with Little Duval's movie.
I'm waiting to see
out.
that. Little Duval's funny.
Oh yeah, he's a funny dude. Hopefully people think that's funny. I don't know what the ad is going to look like, but hopefully it'll be funny.
Who's distributing?
So you're not. So you wrote it. You didn't direct it, and you didn't.
No, I just executive produced, and I was on the set. I wasn't going to say nothing on the set, but you know me, man. It's like
well, who's distributing the movie?
We don't know where it's going yet. Nowadays, man, we do small budget movies, and because that's where it is right now, man. Is do these small budget movies and get your coins. It's like it's not about losing money anymore, because like 90% of movies don't make money. Right. Unless you're doing it, not unless you got like a model. I did with Eric Thomasounis, Swirl Films. I've done almost all my features with him because he's just really good at what he does, and we trust each other. I was going to direct it, but it just didn't fit the budget, so I did just pay for the writing.
It takes a lot of moving parts to do a film. People don't realize they see the finished product, but they don't know all the moving parts in pre-production, production, post-production. It's a lot of moving parts. That's why I respect any filmmaker. It's not an easy thing to do, and for all that come together is such a feat to me. So my hat goes off to any filmmaker.
So because when you have a movie, I'll let you finish. When you have a movie, first you got the writing, then you shoot it, and if it looks anything like what you wrote in an editing process, good for you. But that's not how it usually works.
There are always 3 movies. Yeah, I always say the one you write, the one you shoot, and the one you edit.
Right.
And, and that's why it's hard sometimes for people who write it to direct their own shit, because it's hard to kill your baby.
I'm taking
exactly. And the funniest stand-up I've seen in fucking years, I was on a boat cruise with a bunch of friends. Guy Torry. Oh my God. Fucking got divorced from Air. One of the funniest fucking jokes, man. I tell that shit to everybody.
Left me for nobody.
Yeah. Oh shit. This guy's on another level, man. If y'all get a chance, you're touring. Where are you gonna be?
I'll be in. I don't know when this is airing, but Charleston, South Carolina, I got coming up. I got Charlotte coming up. I got Kansas City coming up. I got a few cities. Dayton, Ohio. I got Cleveland, Ohio. I got Greensboro. Yeah, so my rest of the year is packed.
Hey, I just got joined by a beautiful young lady. You're gonna have to sit up here by me because I didn't know you was coming down. I would have sent you a link. This is Amelia Ray. Did you bring your guitar with you?
I did not.
Oh man.
It sounds lovely.
Come on in there. Get in there. Get in there and say something. Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
This is the daughter of one of my best friends, Carl Ray, and she's a singer. Nice. Tell them a little bit about you, then get off the set.
All right, fine. I'm a singer-songwriter from San Francisco and traveling the world and performing for over 30 years.
Nice.
Last night I played the season finale of the Martha Bassett show in Elkin, North Carolina. It's a show that's aired on NPR.
Nice.
Today I drove to Atlanta to hang out with this clown. Yeah. And tomorrow I'm going to be at the Cloverdale Playhouse in Montgomery, Alabama. And I'm at ameliaray.net.
Do your thing. Congratulations. All right.
Yeah. Well, you hit it and quit it, baby. She hit it.
Somebody at your house is talented.
Cause and she just visited. But Russell only has like 2 minutes on his computer, so he got to go, and it's time for his blood to change. So
medication too.
Yeah, well, Guy, man, I hate to let you go, man.
Compression socks, man. You scared the shit out of me.
I got them on.
I'm talking to Guy.
Talk about that. What happened?
Guy, what do you have, an embolism in your lungs?
Yeah, pulmonary embolism in my lungs, about that big. It's called saddle. It was a saddle, which means it was on both sides of my lungs. Had to have emergency surgery. I just lost my mom 2 weeks prior.
Wow.
And then we hadn't buried her yet. And then I almost lost my life. And they were like, you were lucky because, it was a blood clot in my lungs. And, it comes from flying a lot, but also a lot of people who took the vaccine are getting a lot of blood clots as well. So make sure when you go to get checked out, have them check your body for clots. Sometimes you don't know you got them. Wow. And if you don't catch them in time,
they could break off and go to your heart and your brain.
Your heart, your brain, your lungs, everything. So if you fly a lot, make sure you wear compression socks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know back in the day, we used to tease the old man in the corner with shorts on and long black ass socks, and the niggas was trying to live. They
they knew what was up.
We teasing them.
So, I'm trying to get to overtime.
At my age, even I stay in them, bro.
So and also be active. Just walk a lot. Try to get your 10,000 steps in a day. At least 30 minutes.
Hey, Guy, we got to go play golf, man. I see you.
Okay.
You got to let me. I'll meet you in a city where you are.
Okay.
And we'll go play. You just I'll get with you, man. Get your schedule.
See how comedy brings people together. Isn't it wonderful?
That's what God put it on this earth for.
Yeah.
Well, look,
comedy heals, man.
That is this comedy life. People who have the one thing in common: laughter, the joy of laughter, and the joy of giving laughter. And cats, man, I'm glad you came in because I didn't know nothing about you, Russ. I knew about Guy. He has a career. But I didn't know nothing about you.
Check out all of our stuff. Check out the Phat Tuesdays documentary. It's on Amazon Prime and on Freevee. It's a 3-part documentary. It's amazing. It's directed by great Reggie Hudlin. Kelsey Grammer co-produced it. Everybody's in the documentary, so make sure you check it out. Check out Russ. Where can they find your work? Tubi, of course. Last Stand is on Tubi. The movie.
Last Stand, everything. Damn near everything is on Tubi right now, and.
Don't sleep on Tubi.
Yeah, but they're starting to be a little bit more selective now.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to happen at some point.
Well,
when you can't stay in the hood forever.
This is This Comedy Life. All you people out there, don't forget to like, comment, and share thiscomedylife.com.
And we love Brad Sanders. This man is a legend. And what else did you want me to say?
I think I can shut this off right now. I was on my way to the end recording button, boy, because I knew some shit was coming.
Brad looked like if Deion Sanders let himself go.
Oh, shit. Get him. Boom. Boom, boom. That wasn't shots fired. That was a left cross. He got a 3-piece.
You the one standing outside the fight, instigating this shit.
That's me. What'd you say about his mama?
That is
What?
Russ is an instigator, bro.
Yes, I am. Hey, I love you guys, man.
Forget you guys,
Have
man.
a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of that weekend, man.
All right, bro.
All right,
y'all take care.
Man. For real.
All right, later.
All right, man. Peace. Thank you so much.
You got it. Where's my pay? I need to get paid, motherfucker.
Leave.
This bullshit doing this shit.
Knuckle.
I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.